some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What's your name, please?
My name is Trang.
Are you a student?
Yes, I am. I'm a last year student and I'm studying in the Academy of Finance.
Where do you come from?
I come from Hanoi City.
So you come from Hanoi City, those two?
That's right.
Now, Trang, what time you usually get up?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock.
What do you usually do after getting up?
I usually have breakfast after getting up.
How long does it take you to have breakfast?
It takes me about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
So it takes you about to have breakfast.
Pardon?
So it takes you about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to school.
What time you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 8 o'clock.
So you usually go to school at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
What do you usually do after going to school?
I usually come back home after going to school.
What time you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 12 o'clock.
So you usually come back home at 12 o'clock.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have lunch.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch at 12:30.
So you usually have lunch at 12:30.
That's right.
What do you usually do after having lunch?
I usually take a nap after having lunch.
How long does it take you to take a nap?
It takes me about half an hour to take a nap.
So it takes you about half an hour to take a nap.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually do the homework from my school.
What time you usually do the homework from the school?
I usually do the homework from my school at 3 o'clock.
So you usually do the homework from the school at 3 o'clock.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to the market.
How long does it take you to go to the market?
It takes me about half an hour to go to the market.
Pardon?
It takes me about half an hour to go to the market.
So it takes you about half an hour to go to the market.
That's right.
What do you usually do after going to the market?
I usually have dinner after going to the market.
What time do you usually have dinner?
I usually have dinner at 6:45.
So you usually have dinner at 6:45.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to bed.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 12 o'clock.
So you usually go to bed at 12 o'clock.
That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How about you? What's your name, please?
My name is Bích.
Are you a student?
Yes, I am. I'm a last year student and I'm studying at Hanoi University of Mining and Geology.
Where you come from?
I come from Hải province.
So you come from Hải province, don't you?
Yes, that's right.
May I ask you some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What time do you usually get up?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock.
What do you usually do after getting up?
I usually have breakfast after getting up.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
Pardon?
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast at 6:30.
So you usually have breakfast at 6:30.
No, at 6:30.
At 6:30. So you usually have breakfast at 6:30.
No.
So you usually have breakfast at 6:30.
6.
Pardon? So you usually have breakfast at 6:30.
Yes, that's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually check my email.
What What time do you usually check your email?
I usually check my email at quarter past 8.
So you check your email at quarter past 8.
Yes, that's right.
So what do you usually do after checking your email?
I usually go to the market after checking my email.
So how long does it take to go to the market?
It takes me about 20 minutes to go to the market.
So it takes you about 20 minutes to go to the market.
Yes, that's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have lunch.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch at 11 o'clock.
So you usually have lunch at 11 o'clock.
Yes, that's right.
What do you usually do after having lunch?
Pardon?
What do you usually have after having lunch?
Pardon?
What do you usually do after having lunch?
I usually go to school after having lunch.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 10 past 12.
So you usually go to school at 10 past 12.
Yes, that's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually come back home.
So what time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 4:30.
So you usually come back home at 12:30.
Yes, that's right.
What do you usually do after coming back home?
I usually have dinner after coming back home.
How long does it take to have dinner?
Pardon?
How long does it take to have dinner?
Pardon?
How long does it take you to have dinner?
It takes me about half an hour to have dinner.
Half an hour. So it takes you about half an hour to have dinner.
Yes, that's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually do the homework for my school.
What time do you usually do the homework from your school?
I usually do the homework for my school at 8:30.
So you usually do the homework from your school at 8:30.
Yes, that's right.
What do you usually do after doing the homework?
I usually go to bed. After doing the homework from my school.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 11:30.
So you usually go to bed at 11:30.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.